सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. First two shlokas we will chant together slowly. Jagrat swapna sushuptishu sphutara ya samvidujrumbhate ya brahmadi pipilekanta tanushu prota jagat sakshini saivaham na cha drishyavastviti drada प्रज्ञापि यस्यास्ति चेत् चाण्डालोऽस्तु सतु द्विजोऽस्तु गुरुरित्येषा मनीषा मम ब्रह्मैवाहमिदं जगच्च सकलं चिन्मात्रविस्तारितं सर्वं चैतदविद्यया त्रिगुणया शेषं मया कल्पितम् इत्थं यस्य दृढामतिः सुखतरे नित्ये परे निर्मले चाण्डालोऽस्तु सतु द्विजोऽस्तु गुरुरित्येषा मनीषा मम. The first shloka talked about consciousness being different from drishyam, avasthatraya sakshi, and that avasthatraya sakshi, which is called prajnanam, is Brahma, is Jagat Sakshi. But when we read this, there may be a question, and that is, in the first verse, it was said that I, consciousness, am different from drishyam. Drishyam is objectifiable things, knowable. And knowable can refer to the objects, the body, the avastha, experience, the avastha and all the objects obtaining in avastha. And I am Sakshi, consciousness. Still there is duality. I am Sakshi, everything is Drishyam, knowable. So earlier in our mind so many things were there, now all of them are brought under the two. I Sakshi and entire world Drishyam. Still there is duality. And as long as there is duality, I cannot appreciate myself to be limitless. Because I am different from Drishyam. So Drishyam is one entity, I am Drashta, Sakshi, another entity. So I will limit Drishyam. So Drishyam is limited, no problem. But Drashta also is limited, because Drishyam and Drashta are said to be different. So I am Drashta, Sakshi, one entity apart from Drishyam, Jagat, the other entity. Therefore I will limit Drishyam, Drishyam will limit me. Pujya Swamiji is one of the favorite examples. He said when we were small and in the school, if two friends are talking and making fun with each other, disturbing the class, then both of them will be given punishment. And you know what the punishment? They have to hold the ears of each other. They have to get down and get up. And while that punishment they have to say, because of you I am done, because of me you are done. Have you heard about this? Yeah. Some of you might have done also. So Pujya Swamiji said, this is what will happen to Sakshi and Jagat. Jagat will say, because of you I am limited, because you are there. And Sakshi will say, I am limited because of you. So Sakshi will limit the world will limit Sakshi. And therefore, even after understanding this, the sense of limitation may continue. And as long as this duality is there, this samsara will be there, because duality implies my limitation, sense of limitation, and sense of limitation is samsara. And therefore, this duality of matter and consciousness, drashta and drishyam, is to be resolved. And that is done by Shastra, by revealing the fact that drishyam, this material world, is not existing apart from Sakshi. This world does not have existence of its own, it does not exist apart from Sakshi. Therefore, I, Sakshi, alone am. In reality, I alone am. Appear to be Drishya and Drashta, but in reality, I am the Adhishthanam of Drishya and Drashta. So, I, consciousness, am the ultimate reality, Adhishthanam, upon which the world is superimposed, attributed. This idea that I am Jagat Adhishthanam Brahma, which is presented by Mahavakya Aham Brahmasmi, that is given in the second shloka. All right. And as I said, in Shastra to present this, that Jagat does not exist apart from Brahman, and therefore Jagat is Mithya. What is Mithya? Mithya does not mean that which does not experience, that which doesn't come to your experience. Mithya means that which does not have independent existence, substantial existence, is called Mithya. And Brahma, consciousness, is Satyam, independently existing. And to convey this idea that Jagat is Mithya, Brahman is Satyam, and therefore Mithya Jagat cannot create duality for Brahma, and therefore Brahman is Advaitam, non-dual. For that purpose, in Shastra, Karya Karana Prakriya is given. Cause-effect model is given. In fact, our Vedanta Shastra is full of this. Karya Karana topic is very elaborately discussed in Shastra. Shastra loves to tell the stories of creation. Even though the details may vary, in some Upanishad it will be said that Akasha is born first, somewhere it will be said this Agni is born first. No. Because Shastra doesn't have commitment, tatparyam, in giving the details of creation. Shastra has commitment in revealing the fact that the world which you are experiencing does not exist apart from Brahman, which is the reality. Not understanding this point, many people are confused. He says, Swamiji, whole Vedanta is confused, and therefore I am confused. That somewhere it is said, Rai and Prana in Prashnopanishad, in Chandogya 6th chapter, only 3 bhutas, in Taittiriya 5 Mahabhutas, and in Mundaka, Etasmat Jayate Prana, start with Prana only. Etasmat Jayate Prana Manas Sarvendriyani cha Kam Mano Buddhi. So, there it is different model. So, let us understand, Shruti has got tatparyam in revealing the vision. And that vision is that this world does not exist apart from Brahman. How is it presented? By saying that the world is Karyam, Brahman is Karanam. And Karyam does not exist apart from Karanam. Therefore, Jagat being the Karyam, Brahma being Karanam, the Jagat does not exist apart from Brahma. Therefore, what? What you are considering as the world is really nothing but Brahma. Like what you are considering as pot is nothing but clay. Similarly, what you are considering as the world is really Brahma. By Karya Karana Prakriya, this idea is given. And it is revealed that all that is here is Brahma, Ishvara. And then that Brahman you are. Because that Brahman is Sadrupa or Chidrupa, you are Sadchidrupa. Therefore, that Brahman you are. Therefore, you can also claim what? Aham Brahmasmi. That is said here, Brahma eva aham. I am Brahma alone. And here I does not mean this body, mind, sense complex. I, consciousness, am Brahma, limitless reality alone, which is presented as Jagat Karanam, Jagat Adhishthanam. I, Aham, Aham Shabda Pratyabhyam Upalakshitah Atma, I who is indicated by the word Aham and by the cognition Aham, that I, Atma, consciousness, am Brahma eva, am Brahman alone. And why? Because Brahman is consciousness, I am consciousness, therefore I am Brahma. And idam jagatcha sakalam. Sakalam is the entire world. Idam, this means that which is available through pratyaksha anumana, pratyakshadi pramanaihi jnapitam. Let me not use too many Sanskrit words. So, Jagat, which is revealed by perception, etc., that this Jagat, this entire world, is Chinmatra Vistaritam. Vistaritam means expansion of Chinmatra, pure consciousness, which is Brahma. This entire world is Vistaritam, expansion of consciousness, pure consciousness, consciousness alone. And therefore, this entire world is nothing but consciousness. Like we can say, all the parts are what? Mrunmatra Vistaritam. Sakalam Mrunmayam Jagat Mrunmatra Vistaritam. The entire world of pots, earthenwares, is nothing but clay alone. It's an expansion of clay. All of them are, all the pots are nothing but Nama Rupa, attributed on, superimposed upon clay. So, all the pots are nothing but clay. Similarly, the entire world is nothing but consciousness, which is of the nature of existence as well. So, the entire world is Satchid Brahma, which is me. So, the entire world is expansion of me. What a noble vision, highest vision, that I, Brahma, alone am appearing as the entire world. And in that there is no exception. You should not say, no, I, Swamiji, if you say that you are Himalayas, I feel so good about it. Yes, Swamiji, I am Himalayas. I have the blue, beautiful sky. Yes, Swamiji, yes. You are the rising sun. Yes, Swamiji, I am the rising sun. But you are garbage also. That you will, generally we don't say that initially. But it is the fact. So, garbage also, it is your expansion only. I don't want to go further, I can go further also. Anyway, so I alone am appearing as the world. Chinmatra, I am Chinmatra, consciousness. The entire word is Vistaritam, expansion, superimposition, appearance. The whole world is my appearance. Somebody said, but I don't feel so. I don't feel that the whole world is my expansion, my appearance. In fact, before this, before I was born, the world was very much there. How can I say that the whole world is my expansion? See, again you have come down to the body. Your body is heavy, so again come, again pulls you down, gravity, by force of gravity, you again come down to the body. Remember, when Shastra says the whole world is your expansion, what it means? Not expansion of this individual body. The body is a part of the creation. Whole world is expansion of you, which is consciousness. You should not miss that part. If you miss that part, you will have question. But still, Swamiji, even if I appreciate I am consciousness, first of all, many people have difficulty in appreciating consciousness. Yesterday somebody said, Swamiji, you have told so much about consciousness, still not clear. It is understandable. Because we are used to conceptualize whatever we hear. So you always want to have some picture, some graph, some model, and that is why, many people, they give this PowerPoint presentation, this consciousness, this and all this. Puja Swamiji was against that. Because it will externalize the teaching. The teaching is to be internalized, assimilated, understood, to be understood intimately. If you do this PowerPoint presentation, you will see, that Brahman, this Maya, combined word came. So it still remains outside, a story. Whereas this is to be understood very intimately as I am. So Puja Swamiji was very particular that there is no such, for consciousness, etc., no PowerPoint. So other topics, yes, like Swamiji is doing, that is good. But for consciousness, don't try to do this PowerPoint presentation. Even though somebody told me, Swamiji, we should adopt this modern technology and PowerPoint presentation so that people understand better and all this. Puja Swamiji has said, and I am convinced of this. If you do too much externalization of the teaching, it will remain as what? Information. And like that, in Navratri, they give the gift which is circulated all the time. Similarly, I don't want to use the whatever circulated. So it will remain like this. You have understood you have got some information, you will pass it on. Everybody thinks that there is a transference of knowledge. No? Anyway, so this consciousness is not something like an object. And you have orientation of objectifying whatever you understand. Your orientation is that. So when you come to Vedanta also, same orientation continues. And therefore, when you hear consciousness, you want to conceptualize, this boundary, or something you imagine. Somebody told me, Swamiji, consciousness is like a very thin layer of fog, in winter and all. So people think like that. Consciousness is a thin layer of something pervading the entire world. Some imagination. It is not. Consciousness is not to be objectified. Consciousness is to be subjectified. Means it is to be understood as I am. This is one of the biggest obstacles in spiritual pursuit. Externalization of the pursuit. externalization of this consciousness. So, this consciousness which I am adhishthanam of this entire world, not the body, and it is not a matter of feeling. People say, Swamiji, I don't feel that I am consciousness. I don't feel that I am adhishthanam. Remember, the facts revealed by Vedanta are not meant for feeling. They are meant for understanding. You must have heard about the matter energy equation, that matter is nothing but energy. Now, according to science, this is nothing but energy. Do you feel so? Do you feel some energy here? There is no energy. We feel matter only. So, matter is nothing but energy is not a matter of feeling. It is a matter of understanding. And so, let us let go of that obsession of feelings. I want to feel, Swamiji. Brahman is not a matter of feeling, even though many what is called Vedanta, Neo Vedanta teachers may tell you that you have to feel it. Yes, what they mean, perhaps I give benefit of doubt, that this fact is to be appreciated intimately without vagueness and doubts. That perhaps he may be or she may be meaning as feeling, if they have understood right. So, let us be free from that obsession that I want to feel Brahman. It's not a matter of feeling, it is a matter of understanding. All right, so I, consciousness, am the adhishthanam of this world. How do Swamiji I understand? We have got the model of dream. In dream world, I project the entire world. And then what happens? In this dream world, not only I project so many bodies, I project one special body in which I enter, I identify with. In Shastra they say, Tat Srishtva Tadevanu Pravishat. So, having created the dream world, I identify with one of the bodies in the dream world. And then I look upon the entire dream world as what? The creation for which I assume some creator. And I look upon myself as what? Creature. Really I am the creator, but since I have identified with one created body, therefore I look upon myself as creature, even though I am creator. So, my creator status is lost sight of, and I project the status of being created or creature because of identification with one body. And I will there also in dream also I will say, this world I have not made. Somebody made this world and harassing us. This is one of the common questions in spiritual pursuit. What? Swamiji, why Ishvara created this world? Why we have to suffer so much? दुनिया बनाने वाले क्या तेरे मन में समाई, काहे को दुनिया बनाई? Why did you make this world? See, we ask this question, when we are suffering. When we are enjoying, we never ask this question. Why did you, Bhagavan, make this world for me to enjoy? Did you ask any time? No. When problem comes, all these philosophical questions come. All right. So, in the dream also I do the same thing. Because in dream also problems will be there. Here problems are there, so what else will be there? Problems only. Because the basic material is drawn from the waking world only. So, there my spouse is shouting at me, so as here it is shouting. So, it will happen. And therefore, in dream world, I consider myself to be a creature because of identification with one body, even though I am the creator. Now, to regain the creator status, to own up that I am the creator of the dream world, what is to be done? I have to wake up. When I wake up from the dream world, I understand what? Yas sakshat kurute prabodha samaye swatmana meva dvayam. I understand the whole world, including that individual body, was my creation. I was the creator. I wrongly thought myself to be creature, created. So by waking up, I regain my status. I own up my status that I am the creator. The dream world does not exist apart from me. Similarly, this waking world is also projected by me consciousness. Just as the individual world, as individual dream world is projected by me with my nidra shakti, sometimes called avidya. Similarly, by me consciousness, the entire waking world is projected with my total power called Maya Shakti. So, I consciousness with individual Nidra Shakti project the dream world, and I consciousness with my total power called Maya Shakti project this waking world. But Swamiji, I don't feel so. I feel I am one of the created beings. Same thing you were telling in dream also. So why it has been the feeling that I am the created being? Because I have identified with one of the created body. Even though I am the creator of the entire universe by my Maya Shakti, but I identified with one body which is created. Therefore, I feel myself to be created. And to understand that I am creator, what is to be done? I have to wake up. Second awakening is required. To wake up to my true nature, which is consciousness, Satyam, Gnanam, Anantam, Brahma. When I wake up to that nature, I understand that this entire waking world is nothing but my projection with the help of Maya. Therefore, I consciousness am Brahma, the adhishthanam of this entire world. Aham Brahmasmi. This is presented here. Brahma eva aham. I am Brahma alone. And this entire world is Chinmatra Vistaritam, is superimposed upon me consciousness, like the dream world superimposed upon me the waker consciousness. And this is further made clear. Sarvam cha etat ashesham. Ashesham etat sarvam. All this, etat means this, sarvam is all. Ashesham. Ashesham means without any remainder left over, completely. Etad ashesham sarvam. All this without any exception. Maya kalpitam is projected by me. How? Avidyaya. With the help of avidya. Avidya here is in the sense of Maya. Maya is, what is Maya? Maya is the potential of this world. When the world is resolved, then it remains in the form of Maya. And from that Maya alone, again the names and forms of the world are manifested. So this Maya, which is avidyaya, which is avidya rupa, and avidya means what? That which is vidya virodhi, that is called avidya. So that which is subject to negation by vidya is called avidya. So Maya, which is a power of projection, is called avidya because it is negated by vidya, the right knowledge about myself being Brahman. So by this avidya, etat ashesham sarvam, this everything without any exception, kalpitam, is projected. With the help of avidya, by me, maya, by me, chaitanya swarupena, by me, kalpitam. So maya is a maya kartra adhyakshena and avidya is a karana tritiya. So avidyaya maya, even though both of them are, those who know grammar, both are tritiya, but one is karane tritiya, other is a kartari tritiya. Alright. So by me consciousness, with the help of maya, it is kalpitam. And what does it mean? In the presence of consciousness, maya, which is having the potentials of nama rupa, projects the entire world. So what was remaining in unmanifest form becomes manifest in the presence of consciousness. And since it happens in the presence of consciousness, therefore the creatorship is attributed to Brahma Chaitanyam. And therefore Maya etat sarvam kalpitam. For creation, both the factors are required. Consciousness has to be there, Maya has to be there. So sometimes credit is given to Maya, sometimes credit is given to Brahman. We say this person is born to Devadatta or a person is born to Lata, wife. So both are correct. He is not, there is no inconsistency. So Maya Chaitanyena means in my presence this world was projected by Maya. Or we can say with the help of Maya, I, Brahma, project this entire world. But we need to remember one thing here, that I consciousness don't do the job of creation. It is not that in Pralaya I was sleeping and then I stretched and got up and told Maya, okay, project. So, so don't imagine like this. So it is not that I consciousness have this formal doership for projecting this world, manifesting this world. But in my presence things happen, therefore it is said that Maya kalpitam. Like figuratively we can say, the sun woke up the person. Because when the sunlight came, the mother, went and woke up this person. So sunlight has contributed in a way, but sunlight does not have any doership. Oh, this fellow is now sleeping, let me go and wake him up. No. Sunlight is illuminating, thus it is shining. And the rays may happen to fall upon the person, or may happen to remind the mother, and therefore she goes and wake him up. But if this fellow wakes up and he goes and shouts at the sun, see, because of you I have to get up early. The sun says, I did not do anything. So the sun does not have conventional formal doership, but in a way it is contributing indirectly, and therefore people may say the sun is waking everybody up. In fact, one name of the sun is Divakara. Diva means day. So one who makes the day is called Divakara. But if you ask the sun that why are you making all this day and all this? Sun says, I don't do anything. I am the most laziest fellow. I am. But in the presence of sun, the earth is moving and therefore day and night happens. So without the sun, the day and night cannot happen. Therefore the sun is called Divakara. But the sun does not have doership of creating the day. So similarly, Maya Chaitanyena Sannidhi Matrena Avidyaya Karanena Kalpitam. By me, Chaitanyam, through mere presence, this world is projected. And this is understood with the help of dream example. Dream example is a wonderful example to explain that how one and the same entity can be considered to be adhishthanam for the experience of a world, of the world. All right. Thus, the first two sentences are revealing I, consciousness, am Jagad Adhishthanam. Everything is Brahma because everything is Karyam of Brahman. Sarvam Brahma. Why? Brahma Karyatvat. And Brahma Atma. Why? Chinmatra Swarupatvat. This I am Brahma. Why? Because I am Chinmatra Swarupa. Brahman is Chinmatra Swarupa. So, I being Chinmatra Swarupa, which is Karanam, therefore I am Brahma. So, I am Chinmatra Swarupa Karanam, therefore I am Brahman, and everything is Brahman because everything is based on, born of Brahman. This is the vision of Vedanta. What is the vision? All that is here is Brahma, that Brahman I am. All that is here is Brahma because all that is here is born of Brahman. Expansion of Brahman. Therefore, everything is Brahman. And that Brahman I am. Why? Because Brahman is Chinmatra Swarupam. Karanam Brahman is Chinmatra Swarupam. I am Chinmatra Swarupam. Therefore, I am Brahman. If this much you have understood, the whole Vedanta you have understood. All that is here is Brahma, that Brahman I am. Other things are details. This much you are understood and convinced, and this understanding is becoming the basis for different responses in life, then you have got wisdom. If this wisdom is well assimilated, then it is called Dhrada Prajna. And Acharya says, Itham, in this manner, Yasya, for whomsoever, Dhrada Matihi, firm understanding, in this manner. So, first two Vakyas are within the quote. Brahma alone I am. This entire world is nothing but Brahman. And I, consciousness alone, am projecting this world with the help of Maya. In this manner, Itha means in this manner, Yasya, for whomsoever, Dhrada Matihi. The firm understanding, for whomsoever it is there. But when he says, I am Brahman, his I should not come down to the body. Oh, I, this is the person whom you are seeing, this I am Brahman. आपको ब्रह्म का दर्शन करना है, कर लो. So, means if you want to see Brahman, see I am sitting in front of you. So, he considers himself to be a special one and he thinks that he alone is Brahman. Means remaining at the level of the body or individual, he claims himself to be Brahman, then he is not Brahma, he is a Brahma. Brahma means delusion. So, he has Brahma, he is deluded. Therefore, Acharya makes it clear, one who has got this clear understanding, Sukhatare Nitye Pare Nirmale, with reference to Pare, the absolute reality, the ultimate reality, existence, which is Sukhatara, which is of the nature of fullness. Sukha means happiness. Sukhatara literally means more happiness. And here more happiness means this permanent happiness, absolute happiness, which is Swarupananda. So, one who has got clarity with regard to the absolute reality, which is of the nature of fullness, Nitya, timeless, Nirmale, pure. Means one who has got this clear understanding that I am Sukhatara, Ananda Swarupa, Nitya, timeless, Nirmala, pure. Body may have impurity, senses may have defects, mind may have impurity. I am Sakshi of all impure body, senses and the mind, Nirmalam. It's very one of the important aspects of Vedanta teaching. What? I am pure. When did I become pure? I have not become pure. I am ever pure. Even when I thought myself to be impure, I was pure. I was pure, I am pure, I cannot but be pure. I cannot be impure. I am that which cannot be subject to any impurity. That Nirmala Param Brahma I am, which is Jagad Adhishthanam. In this manner, Yasya Dridha Matihi, one who has got very firm understanding. And we have seen firm means what? Free from vagueness, doubts and habitual error. What is habitual error? Even though I may have understood I am Brahman, Akarta, Abhokta, Nirmala, but earlier I used to consider myself to be Karta, Bhokta and Ashuddha. So that particular orientation continues, and that is called habitual error. So somebody tells that you have so many ragadveshas. How can you be Brahmagnani? So I feel I am impure. So it means it is a habitual error of considering oneself to be impure. So never in Brahmagnana pursuit, never expect a certificate from others. People may ask, Swamiji, please write down that I am a Brahmagnani. It has got no value. The whole world tells you are Brahmagnani, but you yourself don't feel so. It has yourself don't own up that. Then it has got no value. The whole world ridicules you, calls you idiot. In Hindi they call Buddhu. But if you are really Buddha, that is what matters. It is more important to live this good life, right life, rather than having the title of living a good life. See, some people have always this value that society should think that I am happy. Society should think I am okay. Whether I am okay or not doesn't matter. But society should think what? I am okay. I am rich. Whether I am rich or not doesn't matter. But society should think what? I am rich. Therefore, they spend money unnecessarily. Just to show up that they have money. Really, they have a shortage of money. But to show up, they spend money. Idiocy. How does it matter? What matters is what I am, not how the world looks upon me. Yeah, when we are transacting and we have some responsibility, we make sure that we don't create wrong impressions about ourselves so that organization is not affected. We be careful. But as far as my moksha pursuit is concerned, what people think about me is not important. What I think about myself matters. So I am Sukhatara Nitya Para Nirmala. In this manner, Dridhamati, free from doubts, vagueness, habitual error, then Saha, that person, whether it is Chandala astu, let him be a Chandala, Dvijaha astu, let him be Dvijaha, Brahmana. Guruhu, Saha Guruhu, that person is Guru. Iti, in this manner, this is my Esha, this Mama, my Manisha, conviction. So what is said in this shloka? One who understands oneself to be Jagad Adhishthanam Brahma, that person deserves to be called Guru. Thus, in this shloka, the duality of matter consciousness is resolved by revealing what? This matter and material world do not exist apart from Brahma consciousness. Therefore, this world does not create duality for me consciousness. This is one important fact is revealed. And one who has got this firm understanding, owning up oneself to be Nirmala Nitya Sukhatara Parabrahma, that person is a wise person and he deserves to be called as Guru. Here one question may occur. Swamiji, you said everything is nothing but this Brahma, not existing apart from Brahman. And so everything as everything is Mithya. Everything as Brahman is Satyam. Like pot as pot, it is Mithya. But pot as clay is Satyam. Now in this everything, Swamiji, do you include Ishvara or not? Our answer is, it depends upon your understanding of Ishvara. If you are looking upon Ishvara as a person sitting in some place, coming to you and giving darshana for 10 minutes and disappeared, then that Ishvara is what? Drishyam. And any Drishyam is what? Mithya. So, Ishvara as an individual imagined by you, Ishvara with a particular form is Mithya. But you say, no, that Ishvara is consciousness, then Ishvara is Satyam. So, it depends upon your understanding of Ishvara. So, Ishvara is Satya or Mithya, it depends upon how you understand Ishvara. Alright. And therefore, in some place, this Ashesham means, Shesha means remainder, leftover. Ashesham means without any leftover, without any exception. But another reading is Trigunaya Se Sham, Saraswati Se and Shankar Sham, Se Sham, Ishvarena Sahas Se Sham. Along with Ishvara, everything Maya Kalpitam. So, Jiva, Jagat and Ishvara, all three of them, from the Upadhi standpoint, all three of them are Maya Kalpitam. That reading also is there. Thus, the second shloka highlighted the teaching given by Aham Brahmasmi. Aham, I, consciousness, am Jagat Karanam Brahma. Yes. Now, the third shloka is supposed to be the revealer of the third Mahavakya, Tattvamasi. We will read. Shashvannashvarameva Vishwamakhilam Nishchitya Vacha Guroho Nityam Brahma Nirantaram Vibrushata Nirvyaja Shantatmana Bhutam Bhavicha Dushkritam Pradahata Samminmaye Pavake Prarabdhaya Samarpitam Swavapuhu Ityesha Manisha Mama. This can be chanted in a different way also. Prarabdhaya samarpitam swavapurityesha manisha mama. shashvat nashwaram eva vishvam akhilam nishchitya vacha guroho nityam brahma nirantaram vimrshata nirvyaj shantatmana bhutam bhavicha dushkritam pradahata samminmaye pavake prarabdhaya samarpitam swavapuhu iti esha manisha mama. Even though this sentence, this shloka is supposed to be the revealer of the teaching given by the third Mahavakya, Tattvamasi, but it is not directly explaining the Tattvamasi. In fact, more it is the explanation of various stages of sadhana. And so far we have not talked so much about sadhana, so it is an opportunity to talk about that. In Vedanta, for the pursuit of moksha, the first sadhana prescribed is following dharma with proper attitude. And this sadhana is popularly known as karma yoga. Your life needs to be based on dharma. Now new community is coming up who tell themselves what? I am spiritual but not religious. The particular group is name is that spiritual but not religious. Modern people. They said we don't like to go to the temple, puja, japa, this we don't talk about. You say what is my true nature? Shivoham, Shivoham, that I like Swamiji. It gives me some peace, Swamiji. Weekends I can come and so it may help, but that is not the approach of our Shastra. It will not benefit at deeper level. Some superficial, it is like a crocin you take, some fever goes. But crocin does not cure your fever really. The fever is not a disease. You know that? Fever is a symptom, not a disease. And therefore its symptoms is only taken care of. And if you want to really deal with the issue fundamentally, then your life should start with following dharma. People don't like to do that because dharma is most of the time against my ragadveshas. Dharma means doing what is to be done and not doing what is not to be done. And generally what happens, what is to be done is something I don't like. And what is not to be done is something I like. Therefore, I don't like to follow dharma. But Shastra says, first thing is you follow dharma, do your duties with proper attitude and receive the result with proper attitude. What is the attitude while doing the duties? Ishwararpada buddhi, offering action to the Lord. What is the attitude while receiving the result? Prasada buddhi. So, Ishwararpana buddhya karmanushtanam, performance of one's duty with the attitude of offering to the Lord, one aspect of karma yoga, and prasada buddhi, having the attitude of prasada while receiving the result of any action. And whatever you are getting in your life is the result of your karma only. Now, if you are enjoying the class, is the result of karma. If you are suffering in the class, is the result of your karma. Through this Swami, Bhagavan exhausted your papam. If you are really feeling bored about it. And if you are enjoying, through this Swamiji, he is rewarded your punya. When you go to the dining hall, if you will go, I am sure. So, when you go there, and if lunch is very delicious, result of your karma. You don't like the lunch what is there and you still have to eat, result of some papam. So, you are feeling discomfort, still you eat. So, every situation you are confronting is the result of some karma. and I take it as a prasada. All right. So that is karma yoga. Second sadhana is upasana with Ashtanga yoga, otherwise called samadhi yoga, where I use my mind more for meditating upon Ishvara. That is called upasana. Upasana means meditation on Ishvara. And as a tool, I use Ashtanga yoga as well. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama. That is the second stage of sadhana called Samadhi yoga. Bhagavan Bhashyakara uses the word Samadhi yoga in the second chapter while talking about Esha te bihita sankhye buddhir yoge tvimam shrum. So, Samadhi yoga or Upasana yoga, which includes Ashtanga yoga. So, by Karma yoga, what happens? My ragadveshas are reduced, chitta shuddhi takes place, so that I can see the limitations of the worldly pursuit. Some viveka happens, some vairagya happens. So, karma yoga helps me give viveka vairagya. Upasana helps me get shama, dama, uparama, titiksha, if you are familiar with these terms. In simple words, upasana gives me calmness of the mind, steadiness of the mind, this concentration of the mind. So, that is second sadhana. And once I am ready with this chitta shuddhi and chitta naishalyam, the concentration of the mind, composure of the mind, better word, composure of the mind, then I approach the teacher of Vedanta. Naturally, in fact, I have an intense desire. The sign of chitta shuddhi is you will have desire to know the self. So that is the indicator. And out of this jignasa, desire to know, you will go to the teacher and expose yourself to the Shastra, that is called Shravanam. And Shravanam will give you this knowledge, but that knowledge can be fraught with doubts, so you remove by Mananam, and still it can be fraught with some habitual error, remove with Nididhyasanam. And this Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasanam, all three put together are called Gnana Yoga. So, third sadhana is Gnana Yoga, which will give you Gnanam with Nishtha, with abidance, abiding knowledge. And when you Gnana Yoga gives you this abiding knowledge, what is the outcome? Outcome is Dukkha Nivrutti and Sukha Prapti. Sukha Prapti means what? Owning up yourself to be Ananda Swarupa. So, Paramananda Prapti and Dukkha Nivrutti, which is otherwise called Jivan Mukti, freedom while living. When I am alive, I am free. We are talking of cash transaction. Here and now, you can be free. And when all these, the karma which are responsible for the continuation of life, they are over, then this body falls. And body is merged into the totality called Virat. And the subtle body is merged into the total subtle body called Hiranyagarbha. And whatever is there, it merges with Ishvara. Karna Sharira is merges with Ishvara. And what happens to Chaitanyam consciousness? It continues to be consciousness, limitless consciousness. Only thing, earlier there was functional individuality. That functional individuality, functional limitation, that also is gone. And this consciousness remains to be limitless Brahman. That is called Videha Mukti. In Videha Mukti, individuality is not there. So, you should not imagine that, yeah, see, I will get this Dhanam, I will let Jivan Mukti will be there, then Videha Mukti is there, and then I will enjoy this Videha Mukti. And then I will look around. Anybody else that like me, Videha Mukti? Then you find somebody, oh, acha, you also attain Gnanam. Both of us were struggling, Ramaha, Ramu, Ramaha. Oh, very nice. So, two Videha Mukta will meet. Don't imagine like this. Once you are Videha Mukta, individuality is not there. So don't think that Swamiji, I will be enjoying Videha Mukti. There is no enjoyer to enjoy Videha Mukti. The individuality, the locus is dissolved. So you remain as limitless Brahman, as Ishvara. With Maya Upadhi, you are Ishvara. So you as Ishvara is worshipped by all. That is called Videha Mukti. This is how this so-called moksha program is presented in Shastra. Karma Yoga, giving Chitta Shuddhi, Upasana, giving the steadiness and calmness of the mind, Jnana Yoga, giving you Jnanam with Nishtha, conviction and assimilation, which leads to Jivan Mukti, being free while living, and Videha Mukti, continuation of freedom in the absence of body. This is how it is presented, and that is presented here in this shloka, which we will see in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha.